It was the Amazon rainforest in 1923, and Percy Fawcett found himself bewildered in a tangled labyrinth of trees, the insidious tendrils of a wild jungle threatening to swallow his team. Though the seasoned British explorer had charted South American jungles before, this expedition was personal. For years he had accumulated scattered accounts from indigenous tribes, whispers of an ancient city concealed in vegetal seclusion, bountiful with artifacts and memories from a vanished people. This was the lost city of Z, which Fawcett aimed to crown the legacy of his adventuring career by discovering. So, funded by the Royal Geographic Society in London, he led his 13-man party away from the bergs of Cuyaba up the snaking Black Xingu River, aiming for the area where most legends placed the city. Provisions bulging with tools and medicine, they cut their way through entanglements of lianas and towering kapoks ringing with wildlife, making gradual progress into the green unknown. Weeks passed, then months of twilight days under dripping canopy and nights besieged by swarms of mosquitoes. The men grew weary, and talks erupted of turning back from this fruitless search for phantoms. But Fawcett convinced them to press on a little longer. Hacking through a curtain of hanging vines, Fawcett's machete struck something solid. Creeping roots had almost totally obscured what seemed an ancient wall, stacked from cut granite boulders and now softened by age and jungle. As if prizing open a lost crypt, Fawcett's team excitedly tore away branches until a stone arch emerged, opening into a shaded ravine filled with mist and more walls blanketed in creepers. Their hearts raced. Could this really be remnants of the fabled city? They delved deeper through the ivy-matted canyon, and with every slash of blades the impossible emerged from myth into reality. Actual buildings nestled against the ravine slopes, roofless, empty structures with narrow windows gazing blindly from second stories. Wide stairs led up to a stone platform ringed by columns, some toppled, but others still soaring toward treetops far overhead. Everywhere lay ceramic shards, beads, coins, and other relics reclaimed by invading tree roots. Through the wooded valley, more walls and partial edifices revealed themselves like ghosts. When Fawcett scrambled up an embankment to look south, his breath caught. An entire precinct of jungle-strangled ruins stretched before him for miles, its original grandeur obscured but still imaginable. Streets, plazas, mounds that might conceal tombs or temples. In the blueprint of his imagination, Fawcett traced aqueducts, markets and palaces for the kings who once reigned here. Then abandonment, decay and invasion by nature. Yet the greatest revelation gleamed in the distance, stone terraces rising in concentric rings toward a long, wide staircase that ascended between twin pyramidal structures before terminating at their pinnacles. Even drowned in greenery, this imposing ceremonial center struck Fawcett with awe. The rest of his team stood in silent reverence around him as realization dawned. This was indeed the almost mythical place mentioned in whispers across the ages, resurrected from legend into reality after centuries of obscurity. They had found what Fawcett would name the Lost City of Z, aka Z. Over subsequent days, the group explored and mapped their astonishing discovery. They surveyed buildings, collected samples of artifacts, and recorded the sprawling city through sketches and photographs. In the shadows of once stately structures, they imagined ceremonial dances, royal audiences, and bustling markets under those same hidden skies. Based on recurring architectural motifs, Fawcett theorized it was built by ancestors of the Amazon's indigenous Kuikugu tribe, who still incorporated ziggurat shapes into their hut designs. But who this jungle-swallowed civilization were, what befell them, and what still remained concealed under creeping vines, only further work would reveal. For now, having etched their names into annals of intrepid exploration, the party carefully marked their route home. Their return along the snaking river would be arduous, but now laden with artifacts proving this quest historic. Word would spread like wildfire. The impossible had happened after centuries of speculation and failed expeditions. Percy Fawcett had uncovered a true El Dorado, the greatest of all legendary cities resurrected from jungle gloom. In London, expectant crowds would welcome back explorers with awe and curiosity at their revelations. But behind them, the lost city's silent stones would again be left sentinel in their forested realm, returned to the mystery and isolation which perhaps awaited rediscovery once more.